There we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF. Rampage or Ram Through. Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Paul E. Dangerously here. And today on Rampage or Ram Through, we're gonna have a match between. we're gonna hear from the new Queen of the Ring, Captain Marvel, or Lead Woman Glass, since Captain is a French borrowed word, and Marvel is also a French borrowed word too. The English word would be Lead Woman, Lead Woman Glass. Mike Lane says. You got that right, Tony Schiavone says. We're gonna see Captain Marvel or Lead Woman Glass here today. The new Queen of the Ring, since you won Queen of the Ring last Saturday or last Star Day. Tony Schiavone says. That's right, Mike. That's right, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Captain Marvel, Lead Woman Glass, whatever you want to call her. Folks don't like the way herself was written, or how don't like how the self was written, didn't like how Scarlett Johansson played her, whatever the grounds is. She's the Queen of the Ring, and I guess a lot of folks just gonna have to deal with that. You have to deal with that, Paulie Dangerously says. Well, you be right about that. You be right about that, Mike Lane said. Some folks just gonna have to deal with it if they don't like her or not. And that's probably that's most likely true, Tony Schiavone says. If they don't like her or not. Well, here comes the four-sitter and head leadership follower of the Toy Wrestling Gathering. Here is a four-sitter of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, or now going by the name of Paul Triple H Quebec. A new ring name. Alright, Hunter Hearst Helmsley says, as the four-sitter of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, I have been the four-sitter of the Toy Wrestling Gathering ever since 2008 between FYL, so that has been a long time. Now, I'm gonna bring out the new Queen of the Ring of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, Captain Marvel, or Lead Woman Marvel. Alright, I now give you the head cap of the queenship, and now you are now Queen of the Ring. But you're not truly a queen, alright? So don't let the might and slay go to your head, alright? Well, thank you, four-sitter Hunter Hearst Helmsley, or Paul Triple H Quebec, whatever ring name you gonna go by. Alright. So I'm now the new Queen of the Ring now. And that means a lot coming from someone who a lot of folks didn't even want here. See, I came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering in 2022 YL in the 7th month from the Glassport Thrift Middle. And the truth was, I was not wanted. Alright, a lot of folks did not like me back there for the way that Scarlett Johansson played me in my film. They didn't like the way I was. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Or, no, yeah. Well, I'm now the Queen of the Ring now. And the way things go, no one out there is going to take this queenship away from me. And we have sundriest kings of the rings and queens of the rings over the years. I mean, let's look at some of these folks. I mean, the first king of the ring, we had the Ultimate Warrior. Wow, yeah, like, we all know, we don't understand the word he was saying anyway. And then we had Steve Austin, but he was so small at the time. Then we had Big Van Vader, and somehow, some way it became Farouk Hassan. And just to laugh some things off, we had Crush. And then after that we had Dude Love. And somehow we had Xena, we had Midian, and we had Hulk Hogan. And then we got Godzilla, we got Wonder Woman. I'm forgetting anyone else that we may have, who may have won the King of the Ring that we don't know about. Oh, but yeah. And I think that was some time, yeah, I think I'm the only one ever, yeah, you're right. If someone else lets me know if I'm leaving out other folks who won the Toy Wrestling Gatherings King of the Ring over the years, or King or Queen of the Ring it is now called. Alright, let me tell you. Alright, you say you like to fight, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy says. And I seen how you and Roadblock had your match. How Roadblock won his match again the King of the Ring. And how you won your match again Queen of the Ring. And it was a banger, is what you got. The banger after banger after banger after banger after banger of great, great matches and fights. Sadly, I wasn't in that. I wasn't in it in true life either. But I was a former King of the Ring, WWE King of the Ring, 2010 YL. And now we got you now. Captain Marvel, or Lead Woman Marvel, Queen of the Ring. You know, we only had 3 Queen of the Rings. Xena, Wonder Woman, and now yourself. So the way that we look at it, I think it would be so great if me and you would have a match here today on Rampage or Ramthrough. So then we can have another banger. We never had a banger, as you called it. I mean, I've been at Toy Wrestling Gathering Sheamus O'Shaughnessy since 2022 YL. And to be earnest with you, I never wrestled you. And you've been at Toy Wrestling Gathering since, what, 2011 YL? Something like that? Alright. But I never wrestled you. So yes, it would be the first time that we both would wrestle. Or fight. Alright, looks like we got a fight lord in the ring now. It looks like this match is on, Mike Lane says. Sheamus O'Shaughnessy wanted to do the bro kick to Captain Marvel, or Lead Woman Glass. You know, and a body slam. Mike Lane said. Tony Schiavone said Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, he's done many things. King of the Ring winner, Galled in the Boundary winner, Kingly Thunder winner, 3-time WWE heavyweight fighter, 1-time World Heavyweight fighter. He won the WWE World Tag Team, the World Tag Team winning, WWE Tag Team winnings too. One time 3-time WWE and 3-time WWE 4-1 rights fighter. But he never ever won the Ender Lander winnings though. The Ender Land Body winnings. They did a lot, Tony Schiavone said. Yeah, he is, Mike Lane says. And the Lead Woman Marvel right now, just with a close row, takes down Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, Mike Lane says. Hey, you wanna know something? You wanna know something? This Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, Paulie dangerously said, came from Ollie's. The first one, I think, came from Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, a bro kick, and down went lead woman Captain Marvel, or lead woman Glass. Isn't she some kind of over good doer from some other world who came to Earth? Like, that's how some of these over good doers are like. You know, Paulie Dangerously says a lot of them in the DC world and the Marvel world, a lot of them are like that. I guess so. Paulie Dangerously says, yeah, a lot of them are like that. Not all of them, but some are like that, Mike Lane said. And white loudness, Mike Lane says. White loudness, Mike Lane says. This could be over with. You could be right about that. Tell you what, Paulie Dangerously, some of them came from other worlds, some of them did not. Tony Schiavone says, right now, lead woman Marvel's in a bind now. The Queen of the Ring is in a bind right now. And now Sheamus O'Shaughnessy wants to seek to put an end to it. But now, lead woman Marvel is going to beat Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, or hopes to beat Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, here today on Rampage or Ramfru, Mike Lane says. Well, it would be a wonder if she would beat her, Mike Lane says. And by the way, this doll was sold at Walmart at one time. It was sold at Ollie's at one time. We didn't get this until we went to the Glassport Frisk Middle. Mike Lane said, well, Tony Schiavone says, it was Gil Kim that brought her into the toy wrestling gathering. And now, lead woman Marvel, or lead woman Glass, down on Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Looks like this match was over. 1, 2, 3. Well, I can tell you what, Paulie Dangerously says, no way it's going to be, no way it's going to be that smooth. Sheamus O'Shaughnessy isn't going to beat that smoothly. Here you go. He gave her the Celtic Edge. Whatever the English word for it is, because Celtic is most likely a Hellenish borrowed word. And it's over. Now it's over, Paulie Dangerously says. Now you can track 1, 2, 3 on this on this over good doer. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. And lead woman Marvel, most likely, or lead woman Glass, most likely is not happy. You know, will not be happy that she lost her match to Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. You would think, Mike Lane says, that you would think that being an over good doer, having might and strength, and having skills in craft that God has given to you that other folks do not have, you would think that that would help, you know, that would have given her the upper hand, Mike Lane said. Well, as you know, Tony Schiavone said, over good doers tend to have their strengths or weaknesses, though. And Captain Marvel, or lead woman Marvel, she has her weaknesses too. And somehow, some way, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy got the upper hand on her here today on Rampage or Ramfru. You know what? Paulie Dangerously says, sometimes I think over good doers are overplayed these days. You know, that's what I think. I truly think they are. You know, they're always the same. Always got some might or craft, some strength or might given to them by God. You know, either they came from another world or not. Either they had some really bad back saga or overcame some really bad hardship. You know, it's either always DC or Marvel doing those films or whatever. But anyway, Captain Marvel, lead woman Marvel, she isn't really anything outstanding besides being not really anything outstanding. I mean, She's not. And a lot of folks don't like the way that she was written in the film. And it is what it is. And I don't really think anyone's going to say herself is any good to look at either. But I still think it was a good match. And I still liked it. Alright, everyone. Take it away now. Said Paulie dangerously. Well, that's good to know. Alright, Mike Lane says. Take it away, Bob Walk. Thank you, Mike Lane. I'm going to be talking of lead woman Marvel here today on Rampage or Ramfru. Lead woman Marvel, it looks like that match didn't go the way you want it to go. Well, you know what, Bob Walk, you're right. It didn't go the way I want to go. I wanted to go in there, and I thought I wanted to win, but I guess that didn't happen. And sadly, I don't know how I lost to Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Alright? And I have heard the shit that Paulie dangerously has said. You know? He isn't really anything outstanding to speak of. You know? I mean, he isn't really anything outstanding. I've done a lot more than he's ever... I've done a lot more things here than the toy wrestling gathering he's done. And he's only been here since 2007 YL. And the only thing a lot of folks like to say, he's so great. If he was so great, how did he make ECW die? Anyway, I have a lot of on look for Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. You know. And even though I did not win the match, I do hope that I'm still the queen of the ring. And I still got that queenship. And like foresetter Hunter Hearst Helmsley told you, you're not truly a queen, so don't let the might and slay you think you have go to your head. I never will. I'm a over good doer. And even though some folks don't like me the way I was written in my films, Bob Walk, I still over good doer. Well, yes, you are. And you had a great match with Sheamus O'Shaughnessy here today on Rampage Ramfru. And as he would call it, a banger. Are you irked or angered to lose to him? No, I'm not. At the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. I know if I get another match with him, I know I'll beat him. Well, that's our talk with Captain Marvel or Lead Woman Glass. Back to you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Bob Walk, for talking with Captain Marvel or Lead Woman Glass here today on Rampage or Ramfru. For this all time we got here, I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Paulie Dangerously, we hope you like Rampage or Ramfru, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.